And welcome to the Fake News Report, all the news that's fit to fake. Today, Illinois Policy Institute's monumentally fake statement by Dan Proft on healthcare. I'm W.C. Turk, your fake news anchorman, and I'm not wearing any pants. This fake news report brought to you by Belly Button Lint, a surprise in your tummy every single time. This morning on his radio program, Bruce Rauner and Koch Brother propagandist Dan Proft remarked that America should return to a time before World War II when, quote, Americans paid for their own health care. The Great Depression in the United States began September 4th, 1929, with a precipitous drop in stock prices, but is most often associated with the Great Market Collapse 1 month later on Black Thursday, October 24th. First, a few facts. Life expectancy in the U.S. at the start of the 20th century was around 48 years of age. Healthcare was essentially unchanged from where it had been during the Civil War. By the Great Depression, relatively new technologies such as X-rays and antibiotics helped increase life expectancy, which rose to 60 years of age. That number collapsed with the onset of the Depression. The reason? According to a piece in the business website Prezi, healthcare was a luxury during the Depression and was virtually unattainable to the poor and the 25% of the population unemployed. Personal health was not a top priority for Americans during the Great Depression. Survival was. Regular visits to the doctor were rare. Blue Shield emerged out of the lumber and mining camps of the Pacific Northwest as employers grew increasingly alarmed at the number of serious injuries and chronic illnesses among workers and their families, which threatened their profits. Physicians helped those in need or bartered in exchange for treatments. With a huge percentage of the public out of work and limited funds and available essential services, hospitals could only treat major injuries and illnesses. Overall, living conditions for large portions of the population in the United States during the Great Depression was difficult. Inadequate nutrition, starvation, uncomfortable crowding, sanitation issues, homelessness, and limited or no access at all to vaccinations and antibiotics. The Great Depression ended not with the Second World War, as many believe, but with aggressive government investment and engagement, Roosevelt's so-called New Deal. The New Deal also strengthened accessibility to health care, and by the mid-1930s, life expectancy in the U.S. had rebounded to 64 years of age. That number held through the start of the Second World War. But as Proft's words show, he is either woefully or even dangerously ignorant of the facts, or he was willing to invent facts to feed an agenda. What we can conclude is that he and others on the right and in the administration would have most of the nation return to a terrible time in the healthcare of our nation. I'm W.C. Turk, and finally, if you have a fake news story you think we should cover, and you are not Glenn Beck, Kate Daly, or Alex Jones, contact us at the link below. And that's all for today's fake news report. And that's why I keep lots of this on hand. For the truth, and nothing but the truth, I'm W.C. Turk.